everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is Vetta, and as always, I am joined by my brother Matt.
Hey, everybody.
And on this episode, we are continuing with our theme of Christmas movies, and we will be discussing A Royal Wedding.
I thought it was called a Royal Christmas.
A Royal Christmas.
Blame it on the alcohol. Why did you read that intro like you were a stewardess on a plane? What's going on with you? It's okay. We do
I've
weird
had
things.
beverages.
Yeah, beverages. They're always good times.
Many hours before we started this, I was
right
preparing a little too well.
It's cool. I'm feeling good right now too. So
right. My nose has gone numb. See, look.
Nice. Okay.
Alrighty. So before we get started talking about this movie, The Royal Christmas, what are you drinking?
I'm just drinking a glass of wine. Just because they drink a lot of wine in this one. I was gonna drink some white, but then I was like, I'm drinking red. I might as well just drink red for this one.
Yeah, so I'm drinking a cranberry Monaco.
Nice. Yeah,
I'm sticking with the Monacos. They're going down nice and smooth. 9% alcohol.
And it's cranberry, so it like works with the season. Right. Yeah.
Gluten-free for those of you that are, gluten-free.
I feel you.
Yeah. So, had you seen this movie before?
No.
Did you watch the trailer?
No.
Did you have a first impression before?
Well,
are you eating? We are filming a podcast.
They're gummy, but they have alcohol in them.
Oh, okay. There are exceptions to alcohol-infused foods.
I forgot to do a shot that you had suggested. Anyways. No, I've listened. All Hallmark movies are the same, so I knew what I was getting into.
Oh, but this one has the chick from Party of Five.
And I love her, but
I do too.
And is Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman in everything that we watch?
She's on retainer by Hallmark.
I was like, man, this bitch again.
She's gotta work, apparently.
Hey, I'm not judging that. Make that money, girl.
But as sad as it is, she is not the Hallmark whore of this movie, because every Hallmark movie has a Hallmark whore, a person who works on so many movies for Hallmark. And this one is Lacey. She is in a bazillion.
Which one's Lacey?
Emily, the Party of Five chick.
Oh, she's in more Hallmark movies?
Oh, she's in so many, not just Christmas ones, but like just regular Hallmark.
Shut up. That's crazy. Yeah. That's a waste of time. Okay.
Well, it pays the bills.
And I do have to say, this movie is not a complete abortion. There are things that I'm like, this could work, but sometimes I'm just like, what is going on? This is just nonsense. They just needed to fill a scene in here. So they made, so they just like, hey, let's just fill in making a hoagie scene, but
can we talk about how Emily, so the last Christmas movie we watched, the main character was Emma. Now we have Emily. Mm-hmm. Emily's dad is a tailor by trade, and their last name is Taylor.
Nice. Right? Was the girl from the last movie we did, was her last name Restaurant? No. Okay.
That would have been amazing.
Oh, I did love it. Real quick, I did write this down. Folgers, they had product placement right off the bat.
Off the back. I was like, traditional. Where's you remember like the army kid guy coming home from the army?
Yes, I remember
the Christmas
that
commercial. Like Folgers was good with that. And good for them.
Yeah, no, I was like, ooh, product placement. I was like, I drink Folgers too. I did have a
commercial.
I did have a huge crush on the Party of Five chick when I was younger. From Party of Five, yeah.
Yeah. She was great. She's still great. She's adorable.
Well, I just
one of those, stop trying to make fetch happen.
Oh, right on. Yeah, I love her in that. But my whole thing is her being on the Hallmark so much. Are all the acting gigs, are they drying up? Is that what's going on here? Because I'm like,
I think so. I think that I feel like Hallmark's like, you know, side note, back in the olden days when studios would hire an actor or actress, it wasn't a one-time fee for a movie. They would sign them to a contract for 5 movies or whatever. I feel like that's Hallmark.
Right.
Hallmark doesn't say, we're going to pay you $500,000 for this movie. They're like, we will pay you $200,000 for this movie. And you have to sign a contract guaranteeing us no matter how big you come, you're going to work for us for another 4 movies at $200,000.
And we all come big. Anyways, so so at the beginning of this, they toast to their first breakfast together, or their first Christmas breakfast together with coffee. And I'm like, who toasts that shit? What lame asshole would toast to that shit?
People are weird. They toast to everything these days.
Yeah, and her roommate, she's like, I'm late, and she's like, you're late every day. I'm like, you should have been fired. You're unprofessional.
She's like, no, I'm really late. I'm late to late.
Yeah, I'm like, you should have been fired, like, you know, a while ago. And I love when they show her clothes that she made. And he's like, you are an amazing clothes designer. And I'm all like, what? With those hideous clothes right there with the epaulets and the studs? What's going on here? Those are ugly. They're hideous.
And she's like, can you try on some stuff? And he's like, are these women's clothes? And she's like, no, they're unisex. And as he's trying them on, he pulls out the jacket and he goes, unisex. And she goes, it's fine.
Yeah, right.
She's like, I lied. It's what I do.
Listen,
apparently.
hey, we all do what we can for the gash. Anyways, so okay. Also, the name of the country that he's from is called Cordonia. And I was like, where do they come up with these names for these fake countries in these movies? Like, what's going on? I feel like it's just ridiculous.
For sure. And why in all of these movies? Again, I'm gonna say it. The princes run away to stop flipping me off.
I'm not flipping you off.
You were going like this.
I was scratching my eye.
So why do all the princes A, run away to America, and B, why do all the queens have giant sticks up their asses? Jane Seymour is the bitchiest queen. She's pissed off because they were serving her tea from the wrong side.
Yeah, she was definitely like crazy. I love how she's all like, some Americans are quite pleasant. And I'm like, we're all quite pleasant, asshole.
We're fucking delightful.
Yeah, we are delightful. I mean, they're from Philadelphia, so you know.
Is she though? She didn't have an accent. I feel like she should have had an East Coast accent.
I love how Philadelphia, they're like, yeah, where people go to, you know, be friends. Everybody. I was like, maybe not the people in Philadelphia.
Cheers.
Right. Yeah, Philadelphia, the land of brotherly love.
But I go, if he's a prince and he went to America to get a college education, what school in Philadelphia was he going to?
I don't know.
Wouldn't he be in an Ivy League?
I have no idea. You're asking questions that I don't know.
These are things I wrote down.
I love how when she's got the globe, the snow globe, she's all like, look, a broken bell, and you know, who is this old man sitting on a bench or whatever? And she's like, it's Benjamin Franklin. I'm like, listen, bitch, everybody knows, if you know anything about America, the Liberty Bell and Benjamin Franklin of all people.
And she's all like, it's just so funny how you people give Benjamin Franklin the credit for electricity when it was invented 150 years before. And I'm like, okay, we're Americans. We're a little slow. And clearly he brought electricity we are when it comes to historical shit.
We're awesome. And Benjamin Franklin created electricity.
He brought electricity to America.
And plus, okay, so I love how, okay, when they serve dinner and they serve the eel and the haggis, the Party of Five girl, what was her name?
Emily.
Okay, so Emily, she is eating that eel like she's never eaten before.
Like,
she's like,
it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, like she's like eating it so hard. I'm like, why don't you calm down? Like I'm sure it's delicious, maybe not, but I'm like, she was eating it so hard, it was ridiculous. I was like,
I like how you think it was eels. Eels don't have suction cup. That was an octopus for sure.
Didn't they say it was a jelly eel?
They could have, but it had suction cups on it. Eels
It did
don't
have
have
suction cups
suction
on it.
cups.
Yeah, it was pretty gross watching her eat. I was like grossed out. Oh, that fencing scene was ridiculous also.
All royalty movies have fencing scenes in them, apparently, when it's a prince involved.
Yeah. Well, because I love how she's like on guard, and then she does it, and then she, of course, in true cheap budget fashion, she throws it up, and I'm putting up those quotations, and she throws it up, and it just lands in the painting behind her. And I'm like, what's going on here in this movie? It's so ridiculous.
And why are all moms / women so in these like Christmassy Hallmark movies or Lifetime? I don't discriminate towards either. Why are the moms so crazy super manipulative when it comes to their sons? You never see one where a mom's got a daughter and she wants her to marry a certain guy, so she's being super manipulative. You never see that. They're just like, oh, I just love that she's so happy.
Right.
Why don't you just marry him? Oh, you want to be an independent woman? No, have babies and marry him.
Right.
You don't, when a man's involved or a prince, the moms are destroying everything.
Right on. So she's in her room, the gold room, the furthest from the
gold
prince.
room, which is the farthest room away from the prince as possible.
Yeah, I just said that. What, is there an echo in here?
Yeah.
What, is there an echo in here? Anyways, I love how she wakes up and then she's saying out loud, "Your Majesty, where's the kitchen? Where's the kitchen?" And then she grabs the sword and she's talking to the mannequin, the thing. She's like, "Can I borrow your sword, sir?" And then she's like, "On guard." And then she runs into the queen. I was like, embarrassing, because you're acting like an idiot.
And she's in her pajamas. I'm sorry. If I was in a palace somewhere and I woke up, I would not be leaving the room I was in my pajamas. I'd be putting on nice clothes. You don't know who you're going to see walking through a palace. Have you never seen a movie with royalty? You could run into anybody.
For sure. I also
and why does the prince just think everything's hunky-dory through this whole movie?
Oh, because he's all like, "I'm a prince, she won't leave me." Anyways,
he's clueless as fuck.
But he's so hot.
Is he though?
I mean, I don't know. He's all right looking. Listen, if I was a chick and a prince came on to me, I'd be like, marry me. Okay, so I love the next day that the prince and Lacey, what's her name?
Well, her name's Emily. Her real life name is Lacey. Oh.
Emily, they go to the market, to pick out some stuff.
There's always an orphan.
Yep, and there's an orphan. I was like, oh, look, an orphanage. Of course there is an orphanage.
Apparently Europe is flooded with orphanages.
Apparently.
And apparently baronesses and barons are just looking to adopt all the orphans.
Because they're all barren. But I love how they're all like, he's like, "I'll buy all the trees," and she's all like, "We need to buy the scrappiest looking tree. It's a tradition and everything, because my dad used to buy one and everything." And then she bought it, and then like the little maids and stuff have it.
Like put it somewhere nice.
Special.
That's her way of saying the garbage.
Right. And then they go back to the house and Natasha's there. And I have to be honest, Natasha's kind of a cunt. I mean, but the queen's a cunt too. She's doing this whole thing
super
too.
Cunt. Well, and my thing is as well as I do, at the end, Natasha realizes she lost and she's trying to save face and be like, "Oh, if you really love her, you should go for her." And I'm like, you're being such a cunt because you're a cunt and you're being super cunty to cover up your cuntiness.
I'm gonna clip that. Anyways, so okay, so they invite all these royals to this dinner, right? So I love when
ball.
Oh no, not the ball yet. No, the dinner. So two things first. One, that was the blandest fucking salad I've ever seen. I mean, I could make a better salad than that one.
It was literally just like lettuce and kale and nothing else.
And like a radish. There was like a little splinter of a radish.
And let's be honest, if you have choices for toppings for your salad, is a radish the first place you go?
Yeah, right. And I love how she drinks the finger bowl, and I'm like, listen, I watched
No
enough
one explained
movies.
that to her.
Yeah, yeah. I watched enough movies that I know what that is. It's not soup. I'll tell you that right now. It's got fucking flowers in it. You don't eat the flowers.
But I also go, fuck the prince for not preparing her for this shit.
Right, right. And then okay, so I love how they told the story of how they met, and he came in because he lost a button, and I'm all like, what? He can't sew a button on his shirt or coat or
Well,
whatever it
he's
is.
a prince. He's got people for that,
Oh,
apparently.
see, I could have done all that stuff by myself. I wouldn't need to go to. But then again, he wouldn't have met Emily and been happily ever after.
Right? You're making too much sense. Knock it off. Have a
For
drink.
sure.
Drink.
For sure. Drink.
Drink. You're making too much sense. That's the rule. When you make sense, you drink.
So I'm just right. I wrote something down.
So, you know what works great for a podcast? Silence.
Yeah. Well, I don't hear you filling the dead air, bitch. I wrote down something about glitter in here.
I don't remember there being glitter. So if you have a situation where there was glitter, please enlighten
It says that glitter Barbie is hideous, but it's not Barbie. It's like BAR.
Baroness?
I don't know. We'll come back to it if I remember.
I was gonna say there was no Barbie. No Barbie. And did you not think that the minute the Baroness said she was barren and children weren't in the books for them, did you not go, oh, they're gonna adopt the little girl that they bought the Christmas trees from?
I literally said out loud while I was watching, I was like, well, there's an orphanage just down the road. You can buy that little girl that was selling shit trees.
Wrote, there's a really cute blonde girl in pigtails you can adopt. It's written in my notes.
Oh, and I love how they were driving through the streets when they went back to the little orphanage girl, and the queen and the prince are driving through the streets, and the mom's all like, the crowd seems smaller this year. And I'm like, yeah, because there's only like 10 people. You can hire like 50 fucking extras to like wave and shit.
And he's like, well, it's the same old thing. She's like, well, maybe next year you can ride your skateboard through town. And I was like, that might actually get more people out.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then they go riding, and I love how they do her preparation montage to get ready for the ball, the big ball, and everything. I was like, man, you're not gonna prepare this bit. And then they hand her the gown that she's supposed to wear, so she's like, if we're gonna fix this, we have to do it now. Which we'll talk about the gown.
Completely different dress. There's not enough material in that dress she was handed to make the dress she wore.
Gotcha. Well, I want to talk about that when we get to it, if you don't mind. But no. Yeah, I love the preparation montage. And okay, and then he's all like, I'm going to ask her to marry me. And I'm like, didn't you say this is like you guys have been together almost a year? Do people not wait anymore before they get married?
I'm pretty sure our brother met his wife, got engaged, and were married in less than a year.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, I think, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know if he will. I think they met in November, got engaged in January, and married in September.
Well, that's crazy.
And I'm the opposite. I did met my husband, engaged for forever in 37 days, and then had the world's longest engagement.
Gotcha. Right on. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So
I'm here for it.
She comes down the stairs in that hideous fucking dress. Like as soon as I saw it, I was like, what is this? A quinceañera or
no?
A prom?
I went. It's a gypsy wedding dress.
No, it was like it wasn't ugly, but it was very cheap to me. I was like
this is a poor quinceañera dress, maybe.
Yeah, but like everybody was all like, oh, she looks fabulous. She looks so.
Everyone
fantastic.
stopped in their places to look and ooh and ah.
And I was like, over that's not that great. I was like, I think I could sew a better dress than that.
Is that from one of the dress barn? During prom season? I
said David's Bridal, so
ooh, that's a good one.
Okay, so she's in this thing, and she's goes to the servant's little lounge or whatever, and she's all
to make a hoagie, because you haven't lived if you haven't had a hoagie.
Yeah, and I'm all like, what is going on here?
Don't they have a Subway?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I was like the whole time I was like, why are you stopping this to stop in the party to make a friggin' hoagie? Like what? Like it was such a weird. I feel like the writers of this movie were just like, what could we do now to get the staff in trouble and fired? And they're like,
Well,
oh,
and
make a
according to
sandwich.
Victor, she was going to fire them anyways.
She wasn't gonna fire them. And before that, the Duke, or maybe it was after that, but the Duke was all like, he's like, I'd like to propose a toast. They are the perfect couple.
Oh, to him and Natasha.
Natasha, he's like, they are the perfect couple, and I will stand by that, or some crap like that. And I was like, hey, asshole, didn't you see his girlfriend like standing next to you? Like, you're being a dick.
Yeah, well, he's an old guy. Most old guys are.
So
And of course, as
oh,
always, after the royal Christmas ball thing,
mm-hmm.
the queen comes to her senses as she's sitting there reminiscing on how she loved Victor, because I'm convinced Victor was the commoner that she loved.
Yeah, he was. Remember
Yeah.
at the end? Yeah, because
Yeah. Yeah.
she's like, he called me Izzy. And she's
Yeah.
like, call me Izzy. And I'm like,
And
oh, are they fucking? Like, because her husband
oh,
died.
pretty soon. If they aren't, they will be.
Which I'm all like, why
That's,
not? Jump on that.
hey, your time's limited. Get all the dick you can get.
Yeah, for sure.
Your husband's dead. Go for it, girl.
And then he goes back to Philadelphia and
And brings his mom, because that's what every boy should have at his proposal, his mother.
and asks her to marry him. And then they get married at the cheapest royal wedding I've ever seen. Talk about royals on a budget.
Right.
I was like, they did not, check out the.
They didn't go before the parliament and get approval on that.
Yeah, for sure. It was very like, I understand he wanted it in that small little church, but you could have decked it out with some flowers and shit, not some bed sheets.
Right.
And then I love at the end, the soldiers finally, the little guards, they finally smile. And it starts
so amazingly adorable. So amazing.
And then it starts snowing. And you're all like, and hard. It's not like super hard, like blizzard hard, but it starts snowing pretty hard. And I was like,
can we talk about snow for a minute? It's overrated.
Yeah, I hate snow.
As people who grew up.
Can we talk about snow for a minute? Sure, let's talk about snow. Frozen water, go. I'm excited for this.
Miraculous, like oddity. We're 9 months out of the year. It fucking snows. It's not an oddity. It's not beautiful. It's not amazing. It's cold. It's dreary. And it causes a ton of people to drive like fucking idiots.
Yeah, I hate snow. I don't have anything else to say. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, did something happen? Hold on a second. Am I frozen to you?
You are frozen like this.
Because you were frozen. I'm going to blame you.
Okay, sounds good. Because in the corner, your bars aren't all red at all.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bars are red.
In the corner, in the bottom left corner, doesn't it show in your screen what the other person's internet connection is? It does in mine. You're all red. Oh, wait, you're yellow now. Okay.
Mine, it doesn't tell me what I am or what you are.
Oh, that must be a setting and you don't have it.
Well, because you didn't switch me over to owner or whatever it is.
I did, bitch.
Yeah, you're saying that, but
nah.
It doesn't matter anyways. Yeah, that was
okay.
Clipping that.
So, do you have anything else you would like to say about this movie?
I do not.
Would you recommend it?
I'll say if you no, but it's not bad. It's not. This is the thing. It is what it is. And if you like these Hallmark movies, then that's what you're going in for, and you know what you're going in for. I knew what I was getting into with this movie, so I was like, I'm not, disappointed with what I got because I knew it. But I would say there's so many there's better Christmas movies out there than this.
I would say if you're one of those women that owns the coffee cup that says hot cocoa and a Hallmark movie, that's all I need, then this is for you. If you don't own that mug, there's better Christmas films out there. Find one.
If you own that mug, I mean, just put yourself down now. There's no reason for you to be around.
All right, so we're gonna move on to our next portion of the show, which is the questions. What is your question?
So we have done some movies with Jane Seymour in them.
And not on purpose. It's just been
not
a
on purpose. Yeah, it's just on coincidence. So my question for you is, what is your favorite Jane Seymour role?
So I love a ton of her roles. You can tell she's reached a point in her career where she picks things just for shits and giggles.
Right.
I loved her role in The Wedding Crashers, where she's the mom that just keeps showing everyone her fake boobs.
Right.
Trying to get Vince Vaughn to sleep with her. I love that. Kit Kat. Just call me Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. Kit Kat.
Because that's what she says every time she's alone with him, and he calls her Madam Senator or whatever the hell her name is. She's like, just call me Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. That's so funny. I don't remember her character's name in that movie, but now that you say it, I remember that.
And what was your answer?
So this is the thing. I want to say my original response, like my immediate response was Dr. Quinn, medicine woman. But I was like, no, because I was like, that's such the easy answer. But I'm going to have to say it is in one of the movies that me and you reviewed. And I love this movie for some weird reason. But when Little Italy, where she played Corny or Connie, whatever her name is, the chef. What? Oh,
like a female Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, I just loved her. I'll watch her in anything. She's great. She's great. If you ever suggest a movie with her in it, I'll be like, I am here for Jane Seymour, and that is it. Yeah, she's great. All right, what was your question?
So my question is what is your favorite queen in a movie?
I'm the queen.
The queen.
Well, my original answer that I was going to say was Patrick Swayze from To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, because in that movie, everybody's a queen. But I went with Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, and this is why.
Animated or
animated? Animated. I mean, Angelina Jolie did a good job, but animated. And this is why. This bitch cursed a baby to death because she wasn't invited to her party. Like, I was like, this bitch is real. Like, she is not fucking around. She's all like, oh, I didn't get an invite, bitch. Z-snap, you're dead.
It must have got lost in the mail.
Right? Yeah. Like, she was straight up pissed over an invite. And I was like, oh, she ain't playing around. She ain't playing around at all. What about you?
I went with Kate Blanchett in Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
I am not a big, I don't like historical royalty movies. I feel like they try too hard. But I feel like in this movie, her role, she's like, fuck it. I am playing Queen Elizabeth I. Nobody knows her, so I can do whatever the fuck I want, and none of you bitches can complain. And I love the scene where she's in a wedding dress and she's in the church and she's marrying the country of England rather than a man. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, it's okay to be a lesbian, because I'm convinced Queen Elizabeth I was a lesbian. She was just having sex with I do. I think the having sex with men was to see if she could pull it off for her life. And she went, I can't do this. Dick is disgusting.
Dick is not disgusting.
No, I would agree with that statement. I think it's amazing. It's great, but I don't think she liked it.
Not mine.
No, not
mine's
yours.
Gross.
Yours is disgusting.
Yeah, mine's gross.
And I don't know anything about yours and never will. Don't want to. God bless Trish for taking on that role.
And God
She
bless
needs
Chris.
a medal.
She needs a medal. Yeah, I mean, it's a Vienna sausage at this point. It's nothing special.
I'm just going to give her a trophy one day. It says participation medal. It's a participation trophy for her marrying.
Participation. Yep, that's great. Anyways, have another drink. Right on.
I will. Thank you for offering.
Anyways.
All right. Is there anything else you would like to add about your questions, this movie, being a bitch ass brother?
I'm great.
All right. So thanks you guys so much for listening. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or any podcast platform that offers a review, a review option, please leave us a 5-star review. It helps us out so much, and we truly do appreciate it. Excuse me. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. We will also be posting this video to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us at YouTube BS Drunk Movie Reviews, and don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye.
Bye.